You see those big, soulful puppy eyes and automatically think your dog feels guilty about what they did. But is this how dogs say they're sorry? Is being submissive equivalent to being sorry? Can wagging their tail be a way of showing remorse? Is giving gross gifts a way of apologizing? Dogs can't speak our language, so it's up to us to understand their behavior. Let's dive into the silent, subtle ways your dogs are trying to communicate remorse. Dogs might not experience guilt like humans, but they definitely pick up on our body language and emotions to know when they did something wrong. While they might not grasp the morality or logic of why you are mad that they chewed up on the couch, they do know they have done something wrong based on your reaction and disapproval. Dogs are incredibly empathetic, which is what makes them wonderful companions. To help them understand what they did wrong, it's best to catch them in the act. While puppy eyes can seem like a way of apologizing, the opposite is often true. When dogs want to say they are sorry, they avoid eye contact. This submissive gesture shows that they know you are the boss. They might even go as far as cowering, tucking their tail, or lowering their head to the ground to show how unthreatening they are. Sometimes, they even expose their belly, a clear sign of submission to your authority and acknowledgement of their mistakes. This stems back to their wolf pack dynamics, where submission could often restore and maintain peace within the group. This mentality also plays a role when they try to say sorry through tail wagging and pinning their ears back. This tail wagging is not an excessive full-body happy wag, it's a slow, low wag that conveys submission. The ears pinned back show that they want to please you. One of the most obvious signs of a dog's apology is rubbing their face with their paws. It looks like they're physically saying sorry. While not as common as other submissive signs, your dog might whine when it wants to show remorse. Whining is their way of vocalizing their feelings and wanting to escape the bad situation. Apologetic dogs might also lick and nuzzle you. They might even go as far as climbing into your lap or laying on your chest. Those are comforting gestures to them, and they are trying to show you affection to make amends. They want to move past the broken trust and have some fun. Another way they can show you they are sorry is by bringing you gifts or toys. The gifts can range from their favorite toys to a dead animal and are a peace offering or an attempt to distract you from what they have done. They want to contribute positively to the relationship. And even though you might disagree whether a dead bug is a positive experience or not, it's their way of trying to say sorry. And while you might think dogs show regret when they go to a corner or hide under furniture, the purpose of this is to remove themselves from an unpleasant situation. They know you are unhappy and they want to de-escalate tension, give you time to cool off, and avoid having to deal with your temper tantrum. If you are ever suspicious your dog did something wrong and need to figure out what it is, watch your dog as you walk around your house. Many dogs will look at you while you do this, but when you get close to the scene of the crime, they will look away or hide. Dogs can also do a walk of shame to show they are sorry. They will walk with their ears tipped, bowed head, and a slow walk if they know they did something they shouldn't have. Dogs might also be very gentle with you when they are trying to say sorry. They might gently lean on you and try to be there for you even though you are angry. Sometimes, your dog will say sorry by running to their protector in the family. If the man is angry that the dog did something, the dog will often run to the female of the house, acting all loving and sweet and seeking their acceptance. And the best way of apology is when dogs change their behaviors. I wish all humans apologized this way. Dogs are intelligent and can realize when they made a mistake, and one way they show they are sorry is to never repeat this mistake again. They learn from previous situations and understand that if they ate your shoes and got in trouble, they expect to get in trouble the next time they eat your shoes. If they are smart enough to stop the behavior with one reprimand, give that dog a reward. I recall when my puppy chewed through a baseboard, and I punished him by limiting his freedom to one room in the house. He never repeated his behavior again. But don't always assume that apologetic behavior means they did something wrong. If you ever come back home to a broken vase and live with a cat and a dog, you might notice that your dog displays the apologetic behaviors we mentioned above and assume that this means they broke the vase, but you can be wrong. Studies have shown that dogs will show the apology behaviors when you are mad regardless if they did it. They are harmonious and want everyone to be at peace even if the cat is the culprit. How do dogs say sorry to other dogs? Similarly to how they display apologetic behavior towards humans, they will cower and tuck their tail between their legs. They might even touch noses or lick each other. Studies show the aggressor and victim will often tend to stay closer together after a conflict has been resolved. Dogs might also self-handicap themselves. They won't bite or roughhouse the smaller dog they hurt and will allow them to dominate them when they are feeling sorry. If you have seen these signs that your dog is sorry, you might be wondering how to respond. First, don't ignore their efforts. Instead, give them positive reinforcement and stay calm. Offer affection to let them know that you have mended the bond. Come to them with a warm and welcoming attitude. Use a soothing and calm voice. Reconnect with them. And while treats can be a great way to show them you are not mad, use them wisely. If the dog has just chewed on your shoes and come to you looking sorry, giving them a treat right away might encourage them to chew your shoes again. Instead, wait a little and make sure your dog is showing good behavior before you reward them with a treat. And if you're wondering about the flip side of how you can show your dog you are sorry, we have you covered. The best way to show you are sorry, for example, if you accidentally stepped on their tail, is to shower dogs with things they love. This can be with treats or affection. Remember to use soothing words and phrases that your dog knows and associates with positive things. Do remember that dogs have short-term memory, so if possible, try to apologize as soon as you can, because if you do it later, they won't remember what happened. Remember that even though we encourage you to say sorry right away, if the dog got hurt badly, you getting in their personal space right away might feel like a threat. Despite dogs having short-term memory, they do remember repeated abuse and mistreatment. Don't do this or it will permanently affect your relationship. When you are mad at your dog and he isn't sorry, remember that their actions often have a reason. When they tear up your house, it can be because they are anxious, bored, or stressed. They are trying to find a way to release all that emotion. When they tear up your shoes, you used to go outside with your friends and not them, they might be trying to prevent you from another night out. They aren't being revengeful. Remember that shoes can be replaced, and your bond with your dog can't. The unconditional love is worth the occasional mischief. And if your dog is getting old and starts to have accidents in the house, try to understand that it's not their fault and they have nothing to say sorry for. Just wipe the accident and be grateful that you have had a best friend for so long. And I'm sure you can't stay mad at your dog for long anyway. And sometimes their mistakes are your fault. For example, if they have an accident in the house and you either left them alone in the house for too long or you fed them food they can't digest because their cute eyes beg you to share, take some responsibility and love your furry friend. What other ways have you seen your dog say sorry?